Hello again. My name is Dr. Laura Lynn Randalls, and I am a teacher of the visually impaired and an orientation mobility specialist. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about what a functional vision learning media assessment is, really looking at some of the parts that you'll see along the way. Just like you're preparing for your child's evaluation, we are too. Before we even meet with your child, we have given their file a thorough review. We are looking at everything from their grades to their testing scores to see if there's any content areas that they're struggling in and where they excel too. We're looking for who works with them and what classes that they're taking. And we're looking for things like their eye report so that we can get a starting point for what we're watching for and what conversations that we're having moving forward. We follow up on this foundation by talking to all of the staff in the building that are working with your child. This may look like talking to the art teacher and the PE teacher along with your classroom teacher so that we can get a really good whole child view of your child. We're asking them about what's happening in a day to day, what kind of expectations there are of your child, and if they have any vision or access related concerns. During this time, we're also talking to you as a crucial member of the team. You spend so many hours with your child that it's important for us to have those conversations with you as well because you may see a different side of your child. We're looking for information about who your child is as a person, but also where they've been and what they want to do when they grow older, or where you want them to be when they're older until they have their own voice for that. This would be a great time for you to bring that portfolio in and just share with us your child as a person. After this point, we go into the classrooms and we observe your child. The best practice is to do at least 2 observations in 2 different environments at 2 different times of day. This is not always possible, but that's best. This will hopefully allow us to be able to see several sides of your child, including where they're excelling and where they're struggling, but also to see different things like when are they experiencing eye fatigue. One of the many things that we check when we're working with your child is how they use their remaining vision, both up close and at a distance. If you're thinking that you already saw these things on your child's eye report from the optician, you are correct. These would be reported as things like their acuity, which might look something like 20 over 200, or it might just be an acronym like HM, which is hand movements, or FF, which is fixates and follows. And the doctor is using that as an attempt to best describe what your child can see under optimal conditions. However, seeing at your best is a hard task and it can tire your eyes out. Think about the last time that you drove in a large city that was unfamiliar to you and all of the things that you had to focus on, the street signs so that you could find your directions, the pedestrians that may or may not cross the street, the traffic that's moving all around you. All of these things culminate to a large visual task. And by the time you find your parking spot, you may find yourself needing to rest and relax your eyes, give them a little rub, or you may even have a headache. These are all from visual fatigue. Your child, using their best vision, may experience these same conditions after just a paragraph. So we're looking for their level of functional vision. What can they do that will be able to take them throughout their entire school day? So this takes things into account like the lighting in the room, the amount of glare, the contrast between the item that they're viewing in the background, and even how big the target is or the task is and how far away it is from them. After we've worked with your child to establish what they can functionally see in their central vision, we shift focus to where they can see throughout their visual field. We're checking for if they can see things above and below, to the left and to the right, to capture those visual fields. This can include things that are both still and moving, close and far away from them, and potentially even if there is a preferred area that if we present an item that they are going to look and engage. At this point, we've worked with your child to find what they can see, where they can see it, and what best in the environment supports their access. The last step is really checking how your child's eyes move. We start by looking at scanning. Are they able to move their eyes around a target to find specific information that they need? One of my favorite ways to test this with young children is actually to put a book in front of them and have them find different elements within their book for that near point. But when we're looking at distance, I love to find activities and things where they're finding things around the classroom and they're walking over to get them and bringing them back to you. This has the added benefit of helping us find those indicators that the child might need an orientation and mobility evaluation. Another movement skill that we're looking at is tracking. Are they able to find and follow the objects moving around them? This is another great indicator of if they need an orientation mobility evaluation, but can also tell us some things for the classroom. And as you're reviewing your evaluation and the vision report from both your optician and from myself as the provider, please, if there is something that you don't understand or if it doesn't make sense, please reach out to us. We'd love to have that discussion with you. And if you're having a hard time with your optician report, please know that we do as well. And we frequently have to call eye doctors to see just what on earth their handwriting says.